Hello, my name is Stephanie Salemi, and I am the LMS coordinator here at Solid. And today I'm going to be walking you through and introducing you to the Learning Management System, also known as the LMS. So first thing is, what is an LMS? So an LMS is a software application that administers, tracks, and reports and automates all things that have to do with learning. So essentially, it's a hub of all of training information. So eventually you'll be able to sign up for Solid classes through the system. You'll be able to look at your transcripts of all the courses that you have taken through the system. And you can also run reports on stuff that you have done. And a little background on this system is in 2017, CalHR partnered with the California Department of Technology, CDT, on a project called Enterprise HR, which purpose was to streamline and to improve statewide training tracking. So if you are interested a little bit more on the background of learning management systems, you can go on the CalHR page here, and you'll be able to see some more information about the CalHR Enterprise HR initiative. There's essentially two parts to this training today. The very beginning portion is going to be general, how to navigate all aspects of the system, like logging in, how to access different parts of the training. And then at the end of the training, I'm going to be walking through manager-specific parts of the system, and I will indicate when I get to the manager section, letting people know if you're not in management, you do not have to watch the rest of the training, and just so management knows that there are other specific parts of the system that is tailored towards you that will be discussed towards the end of the training. So the first thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to access the training, and depending on what you have access to is how you will access the system. There are two different ways. The first way is if you have access to the single sign-on, and the second is if you don't. So if you have access to the single sign-on, and this is going to include every employee within @DCA email address, and it may include others depending on where we are at when you are rolled out to the LMS. But if you have an @DCA email address, this is how you're going to log on. And if you are also indicated that this is the way you would log on. So the website is called the Single Sign-On, and you may or may not be familiar with it at this point, but it is sso.dca.ca.gov. So that's it's sso.dca.ca.gov. And before I go there, I do want to note, whichever way you are logging onto the system, always use Google Chrome if you have access to it. The system runs best on Google Chrome, and we also advise to avoid Internet Explorer. It will run on Internet Explorer. The system prefers Google Chrome. If you have pop-ups, they don't like to launch as quickly and as smoothly if you're using Internet Explorer. So if you can try and use Google Chrome, or even Firefox is fine. But try to avoid Internet Explorer if you have that option. So for people with employees with the DCA email address, you're going to want to go to sso.dca.ca.gov, and it's going to bring you straight into here. If you are connected to the VPN or if you are in the office, it'll log you right in. If you are not connected to the VPN or not in the office, you might, as soon as you hit enter, it might prompt you to put in an email address and a password. And if it does, that is just like you're logging into your computer at work. So it would just be your email address and then your password, and it'll log you right in here. So to access the system this way, you just go to this website and you'll scroll down until you see the LMS tile. And then all you have to do is click the tile and it brings you in. So it's pretty simple. You just go to the sso.dca.ca.gov, scroll down and click the LMS tile, and that's how you log in. If you don't have access to the SSO, you're going to log in a slightly different way. And so you're going to also try and use Google Chrome if you have access to it. And you're going to go to dca.csod.com. And again, that is dca.csod.com. And it'll bring you here. And it'll say Cornerstone, and it'll just say username, password, login, forgot password. And this is the screen that you'll be on. The first time you're logging in, you're going to log in and just type in your username, which is going to be your email address. And we do have a job aid that walks you through this process too, so you can always come back to this training when you log in the first time, or you can reference the job aid, which will get you in, which will give you the instructions to get you in. So you'll just log in with your email address, and then you're going to put in this password, which is capital P, the number 4, SSW, the number 0, and RD. And I just put that password up on the screen for you to see as well. So it's capital P, the number 4, SSW, the number 0, RD. And then you're going to click Login. And when you log in, it's going to bring you to this page. So it's going to bring you to this page, which is just to change your password. So you're going to type in the current password, which is the one you see on the right side of the screen, which is the capital P, number 4, SSW, the number 0, RD, and then you're going to change it to a new password and confirm your new password. So it has a lot of different types of requirements and criteria for the password, so just follow those to create your new password, and then you're going to click Save, and then it's going to bring you right back to this page. And then it will be blank when you log back in. And it'll just have you log in with your email address and then the password you just changed it to, and you click Login, and it'll bring you back into the system. Now, for whatever reason you're logging in this way and this password doesn't work for you and you are unable to get in, you can click the Forgot Password, and it'll bring you to this page, and all you have to do is just type in your email address, click that you're not a robot, and then click Submit, and it'll send you an email which will give you a link that will bring you to the page to change your email or to change your password, and then you would just log in with that password. And that's how you'll log in if you don't have access to the SSO. So once you log in, this is the first page that you'll see, and it's just the welcome, the training welcome page. So when you log in, you should see at the top left-hand corner the logo to the area that you are at. So this is a Solid employee, so it says Solid. If you're at a board or a bureau, it'll also have your logo up here at the left. And you'll also have just these two columns. If you are not in management, it will just be home and learning. And then I'm going to walk through how to navigate this page. So it'll say, hi, your name, what would you like to learn today? And there's a search bar. And you can scroll down and see that there are different sections, which I will go over in a minute. First thing I want to say is a lot of, so mandatory trainings will be tracked through this system now. So if you wanted to take a mandatory training, or you just wanted to see what Solid offers, you're going to want to go to the catalog. So that is under Learning. So you'll hover over the word Learning and go to Browse Catalog. So this catalog is all the different types of trainings Solid offers. So if your intention when you first log in is to take a mandatory training, 2021 is the next mandatory reporting year for the sexual harassment prevention training, SHP. So that will be taken through this system. So I want to show you how to get there. But first, I want to walk you through a little bit of the catalog just to get you familiar. So everything will be in alphabetical order, and there's different types of objects that are in here. You can also change how it is laid out by title, duration, popularity, most recent if you wish to. And then you can see you can filter over here on the side. But the first thing I want to show is that the sexual harassment prevention training or the info security training are all like online videos that are not live. So that would be under this type online class. And filtering classes is a good way to see the type of training that you're looking for. So the SHP training is an online class because it is not live. It's a pre-recorded training. So you're going to click online class. And this will show all of the classes in our catalog that are pre-recorded. So you'll see the information security awareness fundamentals, which is another mandatory training that's done annually. You'll also take that through the system. So if you're looking to take the SHP video, you're going to just locate it here in the catalog, and then you'll click it. And it'll show you all of the information about the class. So it'll show you the title of the class, the details, which is generally the description of the course and more information about it. And so this profile that I'm demoing did complete this in 2019. And you can view your certificate if you like. Certificates are also housed through the system, which is a nice benefit of the learning management system. So, but if it's 2021 and you need to take it again, you can click this down arrow and you'll click launch. And if you haven't taken the training before, it'll just say launch. So I'm going to launch the training. And this is another reason why I recommend using Google Chrome, because if you are using Internet Explorer, sometimes pop-ups like this don't pop up as quickly or correctly. There's two different ways. You may, like this computer has pop-up blockers locked. You can go up if you're using Google Chrome to the right-hand screen and see that pop-ups are blocked, and you can just click the link, or you can just right here, if it says if training doesn't load, click here to open it, and it will open it for you. Now, another great benefit of the LMS is it is integrated into the system. So if at any point you need to leave the training, you don't have time or your system crashes, it tracks where you left off, which is a great benefit. So you don't have to restart the training if something happens. I've tested it myself multiple times, and as you can see, would you like to resume where you left off is the first thing it prompts you with. So maybe you got halfway through the training and you had to go to a meeting and you had to X out of it. It will keep track of where you were. So if you wanted to resume where you left off, you would just click yes. If not, you can click no, which will restart the entire training if that is what you're wishing to do. So for this purpose, would you like to resume where you left off? I'll just click yes. And then it'll take you into the training. Let me pause this real quick. And then that's how it'll work. And when you're done, you can X out of it. And it will automatically update on your transcript. Now, another great tip is if you are here and you wanted to get back to the home page, all you have to do, no matter where you are at in the system, is just click your logo, and it'll take you right back to the home page. Now, there is a couple different ways to get to the training. If you already know the title of the training you're looking for, you can just click here in the search bar to look for it as well. So for the sexual harassment prevention training, it'll pull it up. Also, you can search up here too if you wish. Now, if you're just looking for mandatory training, that is how you'll access the SHP training. But eventually, all of Solid's courses are going to be uploaded through the system, and the process of signing up for the classes is going to be through here. So say you are looking for a Solid class, and you know what class you're looking for or generally what the subject is. So a neat feature of this system is we have coded all of our courses to specific topics. So if you're looking for an communications course or even a leadership, you can just type in, oops, I meant to do this right here. If you're looking for a leadership course, it'll bring up all the things coded with leadership. If you're looking for an Excel course, you can type in Excel, and it'll bring up all of our courses that have the word Excel. Same thing will work if you type in technology, and this is great if you already know what you're looking for. If you're new to Solid or you're new to DCA and you want to see just all of the offerings we have, I'm going to show you how to look at all of the classes. So under Learning, you're going to want to hover over it. You have to always hover over. I wish you could click it. I always have this urge to click instead of hover over. Unfortunately, the only way to get to the down bar is to hover over it. So you'll navigate down to Browse Catalog, and it'll take you back to where I showed you before, which is here. And so previously I had shown you how to filter it if you're only looking for pre-recorded videos, which is this online class filter. Now previously, when Solid was offering our courses in person, they would be under events. And now our classes are virtual, which is the same thing. It is just a Solid event, which is just a live training that Solid offers, which is different from the pre-recorded. It is, I can understand, it gets a little confusing. Currently, as I'm recording this, we are all navigating the virtual world, and sometimes it can get confusing whether an online, what's the difference between an online course and a virtual training, which is an event. And these are just classes that are live at a specific time and date that are not pre-recorded. So you want to just look at Solid classes that are live. You're going to want to filter by event, and this will just bring up all of the courses that we offer, like breeze trainings, enforcement classes, and all of the likes. And it is in alphabetical order, and this is really beneficial if you just don't know what Solid offers or you don't know the title of the course. If you do know, on the home page, you can always just type it in and search for it. If not, you can come here and just kind of browse what we have. So if you are interested in, say, Breeze training, so there's these top 3 right here you can see. So I'm going to click on Breeze application training. And so what it'll do is it'll take you to this page, which will show you the description for the course, and then if there are any upcoming classes or sessions is what they'll be called. So as you can see for this specific course in the demo, that there isn't any trainings offered at the moment. But a really neat benefit of this or feature of the learning management system is this button for notify me of when new sessions are available. So if you go to take a class and you notice that there are no sessions, or even if there is a session, but it won't work for your schedule, you can click notify me of new sessions, and this will put you on a distribution list, which will email you as soon as we publish a new offering of the course. So instead of having to check a calendar to see if we're offering courses anytime soon, you will automatically be emailed and be aware of when the next date is, which is very helpful in my opinion, and also a great tool for us here in Solid, and we would really appreciate it if you're interested in a class and there's not a session coming up or it doesn't work for your schedule, to use this feature, because on our end, we will notice the amount of people who are trying to take a course. So, if 20 people want to be notified of the next session, we might realize that we need to have an offering if we don't already have one planned up in our schedule. So it helps us gauge the interest of the employees so we can start offering the courses that meet your needs. So I'm going to walk you through what it looks like if you want to be notified. So you can just click here at the bottom, notify me of new sessions, or you can click here if you'd like. Either way, get you to the same place. So I'm going to click notify me, and it'll take you to this page. And so one really important aspect of doing this interest tracking is you're going to want to always click notify me when sessions are scheduled at any location. You do not want to click a specific location because the locations are tied to a specific room. So if this is like a live training, the breeze might be, this is usually done in the PC lab, but if it was a course and you wanted to be notified when it is taught in the Emerald room and we offer it in the Ruby room, you won't be notified of the session. Or if we offer it virtually and you indicated you wanted it in those rooms, you won't be notified. So it's really important to just always click notify me when sessions are scheduled at any location, so you will always be notified because location doesn't really matter. You don't want it to exclude you from the information that you're getting. And then you'll just hit submit. And then it'll just take you back to this page. And so now you will be notified. So I'm going to walk through how it looks like to sign up for an actual session. So I'm going to go back to the catalog, which is under Learning, and then Browse Catalog. And I'm going to filter again by event because I'm interested in solid courses at this point in the demonstration. Say I wanted to take Breeze license training. So I'm going to click that, the title, and it'll take me here again. And then if you scroll down, you'll notice that it'll tell you when the upcoming sessions are. So this specific training is offered November 18th, excuse me, from 8:30 to 4:30 p.m., this is just a fake course that I created just to demonstrate this for you. And you'll see, the location that it is being offered at. And then it'll also tell you right here, you'll notice that there are 23 seats available. So the system will let you know how many seats are available in the course. And also if there is a wait list or not. And the system also manages waitlist itself. So if you do sign up for a course and you do get waitlisted, if people start dropping the course, you will be offered a spot in order. So if you're first on the waitlist and someone cancels the class, then you will be let into the course and it'll be automatic. So you don't have to do anything once you're approved by your manager. At that point, waitlists are completely automatic and managed through the system, which is another great benefit. And I would also like to know if you are in a class and you do need to cancel for any reason, please cancel through the system because there might be a wait list for the class and you want to open that seat available. So if you know you can attend, always cancel so we can get the waitlisted employees into the course. So if you do want to take this session, you can click this down arrow right here next to View Details, and then it will load, and then you'll click Request. So what happens when you click Request is it'll send an email to your manager letting them know you want to take the course. Then managers will go into the system and approve you through here. So all you have to do as an employee to take a course is just go to the course you want and request it, and then approvals are done automatically through the system. So I'm going to click Request. And at the end of this training, I will demonstrate for managers how you would go in and approve it on the management side. So, and you'll see down here at the bottom left-hand corner, it'll let you know you have successfully requested this session. So I'm going to go back to the Learner homepage, so you'll just click the logo again. And I want to now show you transcripts and how you'll check the status of the course that you're in. So here you'll see there's a couple different ways you can get to the transcript. And one thing I do want to note here is the completion and then the hours. The completions just tell you the amount of objects you've completed through the system. And then the hours just show you the amount of hours you've done in training for the last fiscal year. So if it is July and you had many hours here and it resets to 0, don't be alarmed. It just kind of shows you the amount of hours you've done in the last year of training through Solid and through our courses that are loaded in here. So if you wanted to view your transcript, there's 2 different ways you would go. You can hover over Learning and click View Your Transcript, or you can go to Transcript and click View. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to go over to hover over Learning and click View Your Transcript. Then it'll take you here. And this transcript shows the default page that is on is active. And you'll see here that it says active. So this will show all of the trainings that you have upcoming or you still need to complete. So right here, you'll see you are already enrolled in, well, not enrolled, you are already signed up for Breeze license maintenance. So this is the cost that we just requested. That is pending approval. So you'll see the status right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. So pending approval just means you requested the course and it is now sent an email to your manager and your manager has to approve it. Once they approve it, you'll either be enrolled in the course or you'll be waitlisted. So it'll let you know if you are enrolled or if you are waitlisted or any of that information. It'll tell you here on the status. And you can also see here underneath it for Breeze enforcement training, right here it'll say status registered. And here on the right-hand side, this is how you know registered you're in the training. So this demo course is for tomorrow. So if you wanted to see, what was this about, again, you can always click View Training Details. Or you can down-click and you can click Withdraw. And this is what you'll do if say, you actually cannot work tomorrow, you need to withdraw the course, or whatever your reason is for canceling, it is withdrawal. So you'll click Withdrawal. So I'm going to walk you through real quick how to withdraw from the class. So I'll click Withdrawal. And then it'll take you here, and it just wants you to select a reason why you are withdrawing. So you can click the drop box and just click whichever one applies to you, or you can write other. If you have another reason and you want to list it. And this is put on your record, so whatever your reason is, if you put other, just be mindful that it will be on your transcript of why you canceled. For the purpose of this example, I'm just going to click Family Emergency and hit Submit. And this will withdraw you from the course, and it'll let you know here, status withdrawn. So your withdrawal was successful. So say this was a class with a wait list. As you withdrew, the first person on the wait list was given an email letting them know, confirm they are now in the course. So again, this is just the active part of your transcript. So if you wanted to see what you have completed, you're going to go back up to the active button, click it, and then go to completed. So here we are with completed, and this is where you'll also be able to access certificates. Currently, at the moment, the LMS only has information from June of 2019 of the courses you've done from Solid. We are working in loading all historical data from any courses you've taken through Solid in the past. This is not loaded in, but we hope to have it in the system by 2021. So don't be alarmed if it is short transcripts because it has all of the newer classes that you've taken from June of 2019 on. If you took anything before June of 19, you can expect that to be in there sometime by late 2021 is when we expect. You'll also be able to get your certificate. So if you needed, your SHP certificate for any reason, it is housed in the system, so you do not need to send these to us at Solid. We can access it if we need to. But this is where you'll be able to see everything you've completed. And it is really beneficial because say it is June of 2021 and you're supposed to take the SHP training and you can't remember if you took it in 2019 or if you took it in February of this year, you can always go in your transcript and it'll let you know the date you completed it. So this one completed in February of February 12th of 2019. So I haven't taken it yet in 2021, and so you'll know you'll be able to take it. And also managers will be able to see your transcript too. For management, you'll also be able to see your staff transcript, so you'll be able to know where compliance is. Another note that I would like to touch on, I'm going to move back over to active. So if you took the course, Breeze license, you're enrolled, you attended, it might take a couple weeks before your status was updated when the roster has been reconciled. So once it's done, this will move over to the completed portion of your transcript if you've completed it, and you'll be able to access the certificate there if you needed. But before it moves over to the completed section, there is a step that was implemented into the LMS by CalHR, and it is a post-test. So after you've been reconciled, it says you've completed it. This will change and say the word post-test. And it is just a 5-question survey asking you questions like, is this part of an individual development plan, an IDP? It's just 5 questions like that, super simple, yes or no, and then you hit submit and it'll move over to completed. So it'll look like I'm gonna move it over to completed. And you can retake it afterwards if you're done, but in order for something to be moved over to the completed section of your transcript, you always have to come back in per CalHR and take that post-test. So you'll see right here, if you hover over to the right-hand side of View Certificate, click the down button, take post-test. This is what it will say on the completed section. And in order for it to move, or the active section, in order for it to move over to completed, you do have to take that post-test, which isn't a test. It's more like a 5-question survey. Also, if you wanted to print out your transcript for any reason, you can. So if you navigate to the 3 bubbles at the right-hand side of your transcript, which says Options, and you click it, you can print your transcript right here. So if you wanted to print your transcript, you can for any reason you might need that. There are a couple other things that I would like to point out of the system is if you prefer looking at like a calendar format of courses and you wanted to look for a solid course, but you specifically just want to see what we have offering upcoming, you're not interested in a specific course, you can do that. So if you hover over Learning and you go to the Instructor-Led Calendar option and you click it, it'll take you to a calendar layout. So you'll be able to see kind of like what used to be on the Google inside BCA or Google Calendar. You'll also be able to see it through the system, and you can just click on the class, and then again, it'll take you to that same page where you can enroll. So this is if you just would prefer to see it in a calendar format, which I prefer personally. And then also with the interest and waitlist tracking, if you wanted to see your interest list, the courses you indicated you're interested in, or the classes you're waitlisted in a different format, you can go hover over the Learning and then just click Interest and Waitlist. And it'll bring you to this page, which will just let you know your interest list and your waitlist details. So the first one is your interest list. So as I demonstrated, the interested in the brief courses, you'll be able to see it here that this is the class you're interested in. If you decide you're not interested in it anymore, you can always click the little trash can icon here at the right-hand side and delete it, and then you will be taken off of the email list if you are no longer interested. Also, if you are waitlisted in the class, all that information will also be listed here in the waitlist details. It'll also be on your transcript too. So there's 2 different ways to see the same information. So I'm going to take you back to the home page by clicking the icon. And I'll just again go over, if you're, depending on what you're looking for, you can search here in the search box. If you know what you're looking for, specific training, that kind of stuff, you can just search. You can hover over Learning. Learning Home, this is the page that we're on, so if you click it, it'll take you right back here. You can view your transcript here. You can also view the Instructor-Led Training Calendar, and Instructor-Led Training is, again, just those solid live courses, whether they're in a virtual format or previously they were in person. Interest and waitlist, this is where you can track the courses you indicated you're interested in and the classes you're on the waitlist. And then again, if you wanted to browse our catalog just to see everything that's in the system and that we offer, you can go to the Browse Catalog. The last couple general notes I do want to go over is it's important that you're under the correct area and correct manager. So if you first log into the system, maybe you used to work at Solid and then you moved over to a board or a different bureau, and we want to make sure that that is always indicated on here. So if your logo is wrong, say this for me, I work in Solid, but it says BRN, I do not work there, it should be Solid. If you have something like that for any reason, just put in a ticket with OIS and they will fix that for you because you want to be in the correct area. Also, you want to have the correct manager because if your manager is wrong, the approval process will go to a different person. So if you do change management for whatever reason, that needs to be updated in the system. And the way you check that is over here on the right-hand side, you'll see a very, not very defined, but it's a blank profile picture for your profile. So you can click this, and it'll just take you to your profile. So here it'll say your name and then where you are located. So if this is wrong, again, put in a ticket and they will fix that for you. It might have some other information here. And then down here, it will show your team. So right here, the manager is Dennis. If that is no longer your manager, you also want to make sure that is corrected because if you just requested a course and your manager is wrong, it went to a different person. So it's very important that your manager is correct in the system. Also same for if you're a manager, we want to make sure all of your employees are here as well. Now, the last notes that I want to talk about before I move on just to a manager-specific section is that there are resources for the LMS currently on the intranet. So if you do go to the intranet, so inside dca.ca.gov, and you wanted to have more resources or learn more about the learning management system, you can click on the Learning Management System LMS link. And this will have some job aids, an FAQ, and then everything that I've gone over will be broken down into 3 to 5 minute videos if you're looking just specifically how to log in through the SSO, how to navigate your transcript. There's different broken out videos for that if you're just interested in looking at that and don't want to watch this whole training again. So there are resources for you. And on that note, I am going to switch over to just management-specific items. So if you are in management, please stick around. If you are not, you're more than welcome to turn this training off because it is just manager-specific stuff at this point. So now I am logged in as a manager, and you will notice that the biggest difference is there's just another tab called Reports. So as a manager, you will be able to run reports on your staff, and if you are a higher level manager, you'll be able to run reports on your staff and your staff. So the items I'm going to go over that are manager specific is how to approve trainings, how to assign trainings, and how to run reports on your staff for training. So so earlier in this training, I demonstrated Tricia requesting a course. So say you are the manager who got the email saying Tricia has requested a course, log into the system and either approve or deny them. So how you'll do that is there's 2 different ways, and I'll show you both. Gets you to the same place, so it's whichever way you prefer or you find easier for you. So the first way is you can go to Home, hover over it, and click Welcome, which is Home, Welcome. And it'll take you to this page. You wouldn't really need to come here for any other reason. And if you look to the right side of the screen, you'll have this that says Approve Training. So it'll say your employees have 1 training request pending approval. If you have multiple, it'll just tell you the amount of outstanding trainings you have to approve or deny. And then you'll just click the link that says Approve Training, and it'll take you here. The second way you can get to this exact same page is under Reports. So if you hover over the word Reports and you click Standard Reports, it'll take you to this page, and you can just navigate down to the Pending Request Reports. So if you click the Pending Request, again, that was just Reports, Standard Reports, Pending Request. So if you click Pending Request, it'll take you again to that same exact page. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, it'll take you here. So this will give you all the information for the course. So first it'll show you who requested it, and this is just which employee of yours requested it. So this will be requested by Tricia. And then if you look over to the next column, it'll tell you the exact training and then the date. So this is Breeze License Maintenance and Online Basics Training, which is on the 18th. And you'll also be able to see the date that they requested it. So it was requested today, November 12th at 11:31 a.m. So say you don't know really about this class, you don't know if it's appropriate for this employee, or you just want to get more information about it, you can click the title of the course, and it'll just pop up this little blurb of information, and it'll tell you here at the top just the description of the course. It'll also, if you scroll down, it'll show you the registration deadline on the course and then the seats available. So you'll be able to see if there's a seat open. Even if there isn't a seat available, if you approve it, it'll put them on the wait list. So if you do approve the employee, you don't have to worry about denying them because it's not full. The system takes care of the wait list itself. So even if there aren't any seats available, you could still approve them because they might still get in the class. And then it'll also tell you the date, the specific time of the course and where it's located. And then you can scroll down. You can look at the calendar view. You can print this page out if you really want. Just for this purpose, I'm going to close it. And then if you decide you want to approve this course or deny, you'll notice here on the right-hand side, the check mark for approve and the X box for deny. So you can just click the check mark if you want to approve Tricia to take this course, or you can deny. Then I'm going to walk through both. So for first, say there's an important board meeting on the 18th that the staff has to attend, so they can't attend the course. You want to deny them, or whatever your reason is for denying. This is just an example. So I'm going to click deny, and it'll take you to this page to put in a comment of why. The page does force you to put a reason. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just put in a period and just hit submit, and then it'll deny them. Or you can put the reason if you want, if you'd like to put an additional comment of why it's being denied. I would like to note that the employees can see the reason for denial if you do put one. So just be mindful. This isn't like a note to yourself of why you're denying. This is just a comment that the employee as well as yourself will be able to see. And then you would just hit submit. It would deny them. They would get an email letting them know that they've been denied for the course, and you will be CC'd on it. So I'm going to cancel. If you decide to change your mind, you can click cancel. For this purpose, I will also want to show how to approve it, so I'm going to click cancel. So say, yes, it's perfectly okay for this employee to attend the training on this day. You can just click over here on the right-hand side, the green check mark, and you'll click approve. And it'll take you to this page. For the approval, you don't have to put any comments. The system doesn't force you to put any comments. You can if you like. Again, the employee can see whatever comments you put, so just be mindful of that. And then you can just click submit, and they'll be enrolled in the course. So I'm going to click submit. And then it'll take you right back to the pending request page, and you'll notice there are no longer any more requests. So if you had more, it'll show you multiple, but for this purpose, there's only one, and now you can see that it was approved and no longer here in your view. So I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking on the logo and say that there is a specific course you think would be great for an employee to take. So maybe you want to go over learning, click the browse catalog. For this purpose, I'm going to filter by solid courses. And say you think the employee could benefit from breeze enforcement training, or you have other employees you think that might benefit from breeze enforcement training. So you can click the training. And you'll notice as a manager, you'll have a second option. So you can either select a session for yourself, or you can assign it to your employees. You can also down-click here, and it'll also give you the options of request or assign. So you can click on the right-hand part of the screen, or you can do here, whichever is your preference. So I'm just going to click assign. And again, if you click that specific session, it'll enroll them in that session. So here is just the course event. You can select a specific session if you want, or you can just assign them the course just in general and maybe a different offering. And you don't have to put a due date. That's just if you want them to take the course by a certain date. I don't recommend that for solid courses just because classes might fill up and they might have a due date and not be able to get into the class. So for solid courses, I don't recommend putting a due date, but by all means, if you'd like to put one, please do. And you scroll down and you'll be able to see the names of all of your employees. And right here, you'll notice that Tricia, it already has says assignment history. One, the status is not started because the class hasn't happened yet. So then you want all of your staff to take this course. You can click this button, which will click all of the users. It will not click Tricia, and you're unable to click Tricia because it's already on the transcript. So don't be alarmed if you see this. It just means that it's already on the transcript, and maybe you decide you want everyone to be enrolled in the course. And then you can just hit submit, and it'll automatically enroll all of these employees in the course also. So I'm going to go back to the home page. And that's another benefit of managers being able to assign the courses. So the last thing that managers also can do is look at reports of your staff. So if you go over to reports and back over to standard reports, that'll take you again to this page that I briefly showed earlier. And these are all the different types of reports you can run. So there's a no-show details, past due report, so no-show details is just a report that will show you all of your employees that haven't shown up to courses. So maybe they're signed up for solid courses and these employees haven't been showing up. You can run a report on that. Past due, if you want to run a report on all of your employees and see who is past due on a training, you can do that. Past requests, this is where you'll be able to go to see all of the past requests that you have approved or denied. If you, you'll have a record of that through here, through the system here. You can also see pending requests. That's what I demoed earlier. If you have a person who, or an employee who indicated they wanted to take a training, you can go here to the pending requests. I already demoed that. There's a records report, session withdrawal. You can run a report on all your employees who withdrew from courses. There's a pie chart, which will show training progress. This doesn't show as much information as you would think, but there is a pie chart. Training status summary and also transcripts. So if you wanted to look at the transcripts of each of your employees, you could. So I'm going to demo that real quick. So I'm going to click transcripts. And it'll just bring up the names of all of your employees. If you notice you have an employee who isn't your staff member or someone's missing, you'll also want to let someone know because you want to have the right staff because you should be able to see all of your employees. So if you wanted to see, for instance, Tricia's transcript, if you wanted to see Tricia's transcript, you can click View Transcript right here on the right-hand side. So whichever your employees you want to view, you can just click View. So for now, I'm going to click Tricia. And then it'll take you right into Tricia's transcript. So you'll be able to see as a manager what's on the transcript. You'll be able to look at the active, the completed, and all the stuff that I went over at the beginning of the training. So I'm going to go back over to Reports and Standard Reports and bring you back here. If you wanted to run another one that I'll just demo real quick is Past Due Report. So I'm going to click on Past Due. And so first thing, it'll want you to do a date criteria. It'll have just a default date. You'll always want to change this depending on what information you're trying to find. So maybe I want to run a Past Due Report just for the last 120 days. You can do it by, beginning of 2021 to the end of 2021. And so you can do by specific training type. If you wanted to look for a specific, you can just leave it at this and export to Excel if you just change the date range, and it'll pull up all of the employees that have something past due during the date range. If you have a specific course you wanted to look at data for, you can also click this little pop-out for training title, and it'll bring you here. So maybe you only are interested which of your employees. You can check your employees' transcripts if you don't have that many, but if you also want to report, you can do it like this. So you would select the training. If you have a lot of employees or for upper management, you just want to run on every one underneath you. You can do that as well, and then it'll just pull up the last 120 days of this report, and you can export it to Excel, and you'll be able to see all of the employees that are past due on this training. And if you decide, oh no, you didn't want to filter it just by this, you can just delete it. It'll pull up all of the information, and you can always edit the report in Excel. And you can do a printable version if you want, or in Excel, which is another great benefit that you can pull out of the LMS. So I'm going to go back to reports. You can click this little reports link right here and it'll take you back to the page, or you can go over reports and standard reports. So another really beneficial report that I think is a great report to run if you're interested in it is this training status summary. So this will just show, the past due report only shows if the due date has already passed, who is past due. If you wanted, maybe it's the middle of 2021 and you want to see which of your staff hasn't completed the sexual harassment prevention training video, which is due at the end of the year, you can run this training status summary. And it'll show all of the items of learning, and it'll show which of the employees hasn't started the training yet, who's in progress of the training, and who has completed. So this will show you, okay, yes, these employees completed it, these employees still need to finish it, and these ones haven't even started it yet. So that is a really great report, especially for mandatory training compliance. And these reports are really great because before you might have had email up to Solid to ask for transcript information, and now you can access it yourself and be able to run these reports. So it's a great tool for compliance and for transparency. And that kind of sums up the manager-specific steps of just how to approve trainings for employees, how to assign trainings to employees, and how to run these reports. And again, there are tutorials for each of these three items on the internet in case you're just interested in just looking at the specific portions and don't want to come back to this training. Of course, you can come back to this training and watch me walk it through too. This should be up for your reference. And that kind of sums up all of the walkthrough of the LMS, the general stuff and the manager-specific stuff. There are resources for you on our intranet that we hope you find beneficial, and job aids and an FAQ. If you do have, issues with you're in the wrong area, please put in a ticket so we can get you in the right area. And that just concludes this training. So thank you for spending this hour just learning about the training. And I wish you the best of luck in navigating the system.